Photoreducsive ether. You don't exist separately right now. I switch on the wave side occasionally, and you appear before me just as a total cloud, where definite mechanisms, dynamics interchange, what you call aura, are taking place. All of this has different dynamics diameter, different rates, different pulsations, different colors. It is very difficult for me to discern you. It is impossible to tell definitely. Andrew is sitting here, Astavusona is sitting here, Natalie, Julia, Nikolai, Santa Freya, Ulrich, Ulilis are here. It is impossible. Because Nikolai's pulsing distance reaches Ulrich and continues there, and now reaches Ulilis and goes off there. A person is sitting on this side, and their aura is here and covers me. It is very difficult truly to understand where is their center, where are themselves. Here they sit kind of separately, but indeed everything is here. Why? Because your focus of close attention summarizes its dynamics in regards to what this talking head says. Because I'm not Oris for you at the moment, I'm just a source of information. I'm saying it one more time. It is impossible to separate all of you, even at this level, which is the next level of our existence, by wave characteristics. Even Oxtukulur, with his academic knowledge, with his academic attitude to everything, doesn't stand out from all other dynamics. As soon as I have switched, I can see, well, how many people are sitting here. Actually, this quantity doesn't exist. It is quality that exists, created by this group of people on the base of perception of some information or some dynamisms in the surrounding world. World which surrounds every one of you. In the same way, worlds, now with lowercase letter w, or realizational niches of Olagdrotum systems, exist. They are crowded with formal images of our conceptions about ourselves and about surrounding world, but also with conceptions of other people. Let's say we have been speaking about this item, about this object now. Every one of you have paid their attention to it. Every one of you experiences some feeling, some thoughts, some attitude to this object of the surrounding world. If they coincide by perception, let's suppose with my sphurum forms about this object, then all of them comprise one configuration of very narrow perception diapason. And I should say, plenty of items surround us. Not only my conceptions, but of any person could be here. However, some person looked at something else 1,000 years before. Maybe it was some other ball. He experienced similar psychic states, which exist right now in the Olak system. If this experience resonates with what I'm feeling, it complements my experience with some image. I feel right now something. What will be 1,000 years later for that person? It automatically imposes some information, some part of configuration of my conceptions on other person conceptions. This person uses this item or contact it at the same time. Then the person is able to see what actually doesn't exist. Because when I watch this item, I attach to it something not existing 1,000 years before. It is electric light, which is the conception about electricity. I understand that this item sounds like that without electricity, and I put an understanding in my perception at once. That this item looks like that due to its electric feeding. But some person watches at some ball 1,000 years before also, and has the same experience, knowing nothing about electricity. They intuitively can catch this information from me, who lives 1,000 years later, and can think, receive, define vaguely something like that. This item resembles something what doesn't exist. When they say to someone other, you just have a look, here, don't you think there is something here, kind of fire highlighting this item from below? Another person who perceives this item not on this level, who doesn't resonate with my conception, says only, well, there is nothing like that. It is because there is no information resonating. What is it I'm telling about? It is photoreducsive ether. It is a part which permeates through billions years of our existence. It is that part of the experience of survival, of relations, which is always present in the surrounding world independently from us. Photoreducsive ether is conceptions of all forms of humankind collective consciousness, which exist earlier and exist in the future, which are attached specifically to some objects of the surrounding world. And now, one can receive information through photoreducsive ether both from the past and from the future. Because all of it is in the Olak system, up to the definite quality level, of course. Vernadsky was meaning it in the term noosphere, but very, very roughly. Well, of course, this was totally different conception, totally different forms, and other information base. Now, let's return to that moment of my inertial experience, where I've stopped. The inertia forces me to focus on some experience in a certain dynamics. based on previous moments and seconds, on things I had been thinking before. I'm not able to change completely my experience, or to change my attitude to the world, to myself, to something in the moment. We can't talk about a separate moment. We should take into account previous moments and experience necessarily. They were produced in us in the previous moments, previous seconds, possibly even minutes. Owing to them, we have exactly this experience at the present moment, which we are talking about and trying to stop it. In this way, we have drawn this experience from Olak-Drotum system through Screw-Lertz system.